serving up a warm dish of the Triad's culinary fare, here's your weekly helping of food, news, and views. This is the man who ate the town.
Hey folks, and welcome to episode 109 of the Man Who Ate the Town podcast. This is for the week of April 29th through May 5th, 2019. My name is Tim Beeman.
My name is Ray Morgan.
And we're opening the recipe box. We are recording this episode of the Man Who Ate the Town at the Lab at Industry Hill. Is a repurposed building on North Chestnut Street in the old warehouse district of downtown Winston-Salem. It hosts a lot of cool things. Us, first
Definitely
of all.
us.
Restaurants, chocolatiers, breweries, entertainment complexes, high-end stereo shops. Us again.
Yeah. Because we want to highlight the really good stuff.
Yes.
That'd be us.
Yes. Us.
Yeah. Well, and then we're here.
Yes. In addition to.
In addition to us.
As well as.
Exactly.
Plus. Us. Yeah.
Plus size.
So, and there's also a bouldering facility. Let's not forget that.
It's very cool.
Right next to us.
Yeah, it's right next to us.
Yeah. We are in the lab at Industry Hill. Find out more by visiting industryhill.com.
Or come by and see us.
Yes. Us. Plus us, in addition to, as well as, also containing, Little Richard's Barbecue.
Oh my God.
Has signed the lease for the 5 Points restaurant.
Yeah.
I say whatever, and I'm done with that.
Let's hear it for more barbecue.
Yeah, I think this is a waste of space and have nothing more to say about it at all. Again, whatever.
We had just said, gosh, it'd be nice to see somebody put something fresh in that space. And the one thing that I remember you saying so clearly,
we do not need more barbecue
please
places.
Don't let it be another barbecue place. And I'm like, oh my God. Not only that, it's Little Richard's, so it's not even a different barbecue. We already know theirs.
Yeah, we get the same stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with Little Richard's Barbecue. But
Not a thing.
It's just still the same crap over and over. Please be something original. Now, they do have, in this location, they do have a nice bar, and they have an event space.
But are they going to use it that way?
From what I read, yes. But, okay. But still, it's barbecue.
Well, Little Richard's with a bar. Okay, so that's a little different.
No, it's not.
It's just fractionally different.
They are going to smoke outside. They're going to build a little spot outside where they can do the smoking. All that. Yeah. Whatever. It's still barbecue.
It's still
in
barbecue.
5 Points restaurant space. Premium dining location and facility that they're going to put rudimentary.
Yeah.
You know, everybody and their brother does it at home just as good barbecue. Come on.
There are any number of other really fantastic chefs that if you'd given them that space, we could have something that would be a signature for Winston-Salem. Okay.
Yeah. Again, I say, whatever.
Whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with Little Richard's.
No, not at all. Don't hear this wrong. I'm not putting Little Richard's down.
Or the original, the Real Q now, because they had to change their name.
Yes, to differentiate between the two ex-partners.
Well, one actually purchased the rights to the name Little Richard's from the original owners.
Right.
So they had to change their name to Real Q. But let's remember that Real Q was first. I'm just saying.
It was the original Q.
It was the original
It was the
Q.
OQ.
Yeah. And it's good. It's really good. I can't imagine that they're going to make it taste the same in a fancy setting. I mean, I'm sorry, but that kind of barbecue, you need a place that says barbecue restaurant. And that doesn't.
The only thing they got to do now is slap on some dancing, smiling pig.
Oh, God.
to totally differentiate from the poor, sad, depressed pigs that are, being led into
through the back door.
To the back door.
Yeah, I can just see it now. The pig will be available for photographs on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday afternoons from 1:30 to 3:30.
Bring the kids.
Bring all your kids, and we'll have a party.
We call this sanguination.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
You get to drink from the dripping pit. Yay!
Oh, yay.
Okay, we've spent way more time on that than I even wanted to. So moving on. Ray, you and I were at Zesto 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago. And, I talk about Zesto a lot.
You do.
A whole lot.
Because you go there a lot.
Yes, I do.
And there's a reason why you talk about them.
And, some people want to say, well, it's a burger joint or it's a fast food joint. And yeah, both of those are wrong.
Correct.
Yes, burgers in the name.
Yes.
And yes, they are technically a fast food restaurant.
Technically.
But they are, you're not getting stuff that's pre-made, sent, and waiting in a chute.
No.
No,
they're making it when you order it.
Yes. And the idea of fast food is just the process, because, you have to wait 8 minutes or so for a burger because they cook it that way.
Yeah. Now, if you want the burgers they cooked 2 hours ago, go to McDonald's.
Right. Absolutely.
If you want the burger they just cooked, you want to go to Zesto's.
Indeed.
And if you think that Zesto's is a burger joint, see, I confess, I had a misconception. I thought they were a burger joint. And then we got to go. Oh, man.
Well, let's talk about some of that stuff. So we started with the BLT.
The BLT, all right, I'm thinking here, it's a BLT. It's bacon, lettuce, tomato. How much different is it going to taste from every other Yeah, it was the best BLT I think I've ever had.
This is made with the crispy hardwood smoked bacon.
And you could tell.
On, and not iceberg lettuce. This was Bib or butter lettuce and juicy tomatoes, not just little bitty slices. This was right there. And then the kicker was, it used to be on Texas toast, just a regular Texas toast sourdough bread stuff.
Right.
Now they use for all their bread in in Zesto the Martin's brand potato rolls out of Pennsylvania.
Well,
so
we found out they're actually dealing with them direct.
Yes.
It's really cool.
Martin's reached out to them and said, hey, let's talk.
Yeah.
Where are you getting these from? Because, with my help. And so we post a lot of stuff, and they know their buns. So let's talk. And Algernon was able to get it directly from them at a price that they couldn't turn down. And
that means we get a better sandwich.
Right. Because they're using premium bread. And this is the same buns, the the hamburger buns that we'll talk about in a minute. Not that I would say myself as an expert at-home chef or burger meister, but my son Trey and I are proud of our quote-unquote Beeman burgers, and we use the Martin potato. We don't toast them, and we don't over butter them or anything like that. Not that they over butter, but we don't do any of that.
Right.
We just pull them out and put them down, because I actually prefer the buns not to be toasted. But
I like a little toast.
Yeah, that's okay. But Martin's, here's
that
thumbs
bread,
up to you
and
guys.
Then what's the sauce that they're putting on that BLT? It's like it's a sriracha sauce, am I remembering right?
Yeah, let me look.
I'm making you look through your notes. I should have written that down myself.
That's okay. I'm going to go to their website.
That BLT, I'm not kidding. It was easily one of the best BLT sandwiches I've ever had.
It was Chipotle mayo.
Chipotle mayo, yes. That made it. It just took it over the top. It's not just your typical BLT. It was really good.
Right.
And surprisingly so for me.
And the Chipotle mayo was not overpowering.
Not in the least bit.
It was a kick.
Yeah.
And that's what you want it to be.
It was the surprise that really made the sandwich.
Yes, it was. We tried, did you get to try the spicy veggie burger?
I didn't get that one.
Now, you know me, and I like, like sacrificed
like
animals for my dinner and lunch.
Vegetables is what your meals eat.
What my meals eat, yes. But this was actually very good, and it was spicy, but it was a black bean. Mm-hmm. I don't like using the word burger, but it was in a patty.
Right.
So it was just spicy. It had corn and black beans and a spicy, and had the chipotle mayo in there, but it was also spices and stuff in there, and it was really good.
I think that's the only thing that went by that I didn't get a taste of.
Yeah, I'm.
As veggie burgers go,
Yeah, I mean, as veggie burgers go, I would go with it if I needed one. But I know there are people who go with people who might not want to eat meat, and this is a good option for you.
Yeah.
Now, you have to know that they are making it on the same platform as the meat, so if that bothers you, can't do anything about that. However, if that's just a side effect that you can deal with, is that's just a byproduct of it, then go have this burger because you'll like it. Chuck Wagon was next.
the Chuck Wagon was really good.
Yeah, the Chuck Wagon. My wife Stephanie, this is one of her favorite things on the menu. Paul, one of the beer dads, one of my business partners, it's his favorite thing on the menu there. It's not my favorite thing.
It was not my favorite thing either, but it was still very good.
It was very good, yes. And
it's kind of like, all right, if everything's at 100 out of 100, all right, then was it bad because it wasn't one of our favorites? No, there were other hundreds that I preferred.
Yeah, let's say if we were marking all these on a scale to 100, is 90 bad?
Right.
Yeah.
A 90 would be like, oh, that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, 90 out of 100 would be awesome.
Yeah.
And in this case, that's what it really was, a good sandwich. So, was it my favorite? Nope.
Yeah,
not yet.
The Chuck Wagon, basically chopped beef with onions and spices, battered in buttermilk, lettuce, tomato, chipotle mayonnaise on one of the Martin's buns. Mm-hmm. And there you go. It's, like I said, I know two people very close to me. That's their favorite thing there. Then it got a little exotic. For a burger joint. This is why we're saying you veer away. You have the shrimp po' boy.
The shrimp po' boy. Yeah, that was good stuff. In fact, you could have just given me the shrimp with the sauce they had on it. That I was like, yeah, that by itself would have been fine. You can keep the bun. Yeah. But yeah, it was really good.
Yep. I am a fan of the it's the chipotle mayo.
Yeah.
That's they use that a lot, but you know what? It goes well with everything they're serving. And it's just
now
it makes the shrimps pop.
They had a little help designing this menu, am I right?
I don't know.
Didn't they have somebody with like the Food Network or
Oh
something?
No, that's Quiet Pint and Uncle Buzzy's.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Yeah. You're talking about Chef Brian Duffy.
Yeah. I was thinking that was Estes.
No, I believe a lot of this stuff was probably pre-thought out by the headquarters out in middle of nowhere, wherever they are in the Midwest. But Algernon owns the master license, so he can do whatever. So he's a partner, and he can do what he wants. But then came the Carolina cheesesteak, not Philly cheesesteak, because, there's a whole bunch of the real Philadelphia cheesesteak. And no, that's not a real Philadelphia cheesesteak. I'm from Philadelphia. Whatever. I had this other person over here saying, that's pretty close to the original Philly cheesesteak. And so nobody knows exactly what a real Philly cheesesteak is. It's what you like on it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just shut the hell up and eat it. So here's what we're doing. This is the Carolina cheesesteak, not cheesecake. It's grilled sirloin with provolone, mayo, sauteed mushrooms, onions, and green peppers on a toasted hoagie roll. And I'm pretty sure the hoagie roll is from Martin's Buns. Now,
I will say that was a good Philly steak sandwich.
Yes, I had. No, I didn't. I was about to say I had one the next time I went there. We'll get to what I had the next time. Let's go ahead and talk about it. In converse of the Carolina cheesesteak, they also had a chicken Philly.
The chicken was one of my favorites for the day.
Yes, the chicken, and it's not on the online menu. So this is them being creative.
That chicken was so good.
Yeah, it's seasoned right. It's grilled. It's chopped. It's real chicken, not just the flattened out crap like we'll talk about for something else in a minute. And with the same thing with the provolone cheese and the mayo, the onions, peppers, and mushrooms.
It was really good. I've had a lot of that style. I prefer the chicken cheesesteak as opposed to the beef myself.
Yeah.
That was one of the best I've had.
I generally like cows over chicken, I will say. But I was really surprised and very pleased with the chicken fillet.
It was still juicy chicken. And that's that fine line. So many places, by the time they get it into that hoagie roll, it's dry. It's dry. You've got to have the sauce on it.
Yeah.
But that chicken was still juicy. That was so well done.
So very well done. And I forgot to mention that they had fries for all of us to palate cleanse throughout, like we needed any of that. But because we've not even touched this is just the tip of the iceberg of what we had.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
I'll have a little bit of that, a little bit of that, a little bit. Oh, my.
Yes.
Wheelbarrow?
Yes. So Algernon Cash, who is the owner of the restaurant, and Jasmine, who is his executive chef, if you will. They also brought out two different kinds of wings. They brought out their crispy and their charred. And the difference is crispy is it's fried, and charred is they put it through the charbroiler. So I didn't get to taste the charred ones. I only had the crispy ones. But they were very good when you added like the spicy honey or that Memphis barbecue.
That spicy honey was my favorite of the dips. That was really good.
Yes. And then, if you're like me and you still want to put blue cheese on top of that, then you can, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, the wings were really good. Meaty, great flavor to them, nice crisp. Yeah, I missed the char ones as well. Yeah. We'll blame Carol that he ate them all.
Yeah, Carol got all those. Carol Leggett, yep.
That was really good wings.
They also brought out sweet potato fries, and I do not like sweet potato fries. So
these sweet potato fries, though, for those of us who do like them, yes, with that, with the maple sugar, on top of it. Oh, yeah, that was. I've never had it with that maple sugar on it like that. They were really well done. I was very impressed with the sweet potato fries.
And let's see, where are we? I'm trying to go down through the list here.
We haven't hit the patty melt.
Nope, not yet. That comes in a bit. They did bring out the hot dogs.
The hot dogs.
Now, when you think of hot dogs are hot dogs, right?
They are hot dogs.
And there's honestly nothing like rule breaking about these hot dogs. It's not like other places that throw on all these different accoutrements.
Right.
This is hot dogs. But
these
you know
are
what?
hot dogs.
If you want hot dogs, these are damn fine hot dogs.
Yeah. This is your base hot dog, but it's still taken up a level just because of the quality of the ingredients that they're using.
I like the fact that they split the hot dog itself and grill it that way. So
you get the center of it nice and hot.
Yeah, and it
holds all the toppings.
Yes.
Very well.
And whenever you split like that, the middle's getting the seasoned grill. Because even though they clean it, still got...
It's going to get some season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The hot dogs, I will say, that's part of the fast food. If you're looking for your typical fast food, you want burgers and hot dogs and fries, they do those well. They do it very well.
One of the biggest surprises for me, and I think for many of us, was the chicken tenders. Now, when you think of chicken tenders, when you think of chicken tenders, especially when I think of them, I think of the pressed chicken or the
overly battered.
Overly battered, you get thick pieces of tenders, but you bite into it and you have to go through a half inch of battering to get to the chicken.
Yeah, you're wondering whether you just cracked a tooth because it's like
yes, because they have to overcook it to get through the breading and then cook the chicken. Well, this is not the case here.
No,
this
not
is
even close.
And I want to say too that I know we're going in depth here, and I have talked about Zesto a lot, but I have never tasted most of the stuff that we've talked about, and we will continue to talk about. So this is new to me as well. But these chicken tenders are huge chunks of chicken
Yes.
that are lightly battered
Lightly.
and then fried, flash fried.
Yeah.
Long enough to cook the chicken and not overcook the breading. Friday night, Stephanie and I went to dinner. Zesto's, both of us got the chicken tenders.
Yeah. Love that it's a thin layer, but it's enough. There's enough breading that you get the flavor from the breading, which had a nice little heat to it. Not spicy hot, but just warm. And you're right, the chicken itself, it's still juicy. It's not overcooked.
Right.
Yeah, those chicken tenders, and to realize they don't come in that way. They're taking the chicken and preparing it, preparing their own flour, their own milks, then cooking these. Yeah, I was really impressed with that.
Like I said, both Stephanie and I,
You went
our
back for
dinner
that.
were there for that Friday.
And were you happy?
Definitely happy.
Yeah, that's there's another thing. If you want fast food, all right, get the chicken fingers, but don't expect for them to be like what you get anywhere at any other fast food restaurant.
Right?
It's not that.
Nope.
Not
And
even
you
close.
get dipping sauces as well. The barbecue,
The honey spice, spicy honey.
spicy honey,
That
the
was so good with
buffalo if you want that, and of course they have ketchup, but they have
Yeah.
whatever you want. They can,
And
as long as
truth,
they can do it, they can do it.
These were good enough to just eat by themselves without any sauce. They were so tasty.
We had 4 different styles of chicken sandwiches.
Yeah,
We had the grilled chicken sandwich.
which is good.
It was. And I usually don't like grilled because to me they taste rubbery. This was not rubbery. They had the crispy chicken sandwich, which is the same piece of chicken, not the same, but
Right.
the same
Same cut.
cut. They deep fry it and put it on there. And then they had the barbecue chicken. And then they had my personal favorite, the spicy honey
Yeah.
spicy honey chicken sandwich.
Of the 4, the spicy honey was my favorite. The others were really good, but that spicy honey was something special.
Then you have what I call the creme de la creme of what Zesto does, and that is the burgers. It's in their name.
Yeah.
And so we tried the bacon pimento, which is done with that hardwood crispy
Yep.
bacon.
And those that love the pimento on your burger, you're going to be thrilled.
Yeah, it's very good pimento cheese. And it's on Martin rolls.
Yeah.
Um,
Have we mentioned that they use Martin rolls? Because the rolls,
they
the
use-
rolls make these.
Yeah, they use Martin's bread
Yeah.
all over the place. Then, like I said in my little write-up, there's the next item that I am no stranger to. In fact, today I had one.
Did you now?
Yes.
Shock.
I have one about once a
I'm
week.
guessing that's the double chubby.
The Chubby Decker, yes.
Chubby Decker, yeah.
Yep, double cheeseburger with the way they serve it is lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, pickles, mustard, and ketchup. I get them to leave the lettuce off just because it's rabbit food, and put onions on it.
Yeah.
And that is, I'm gonna say it. I've said it before. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's my number 1 burger in town.
Yeah.
Certainly my number 1 burger.
And I would never have thought that it would have been a fast food restaurant that would have earned that from you.
Right.
Of all people.
Again, this is not traditional. See, I don't go traditional fast food.
Yeah.
And this is certainly
This is special.
If this already hasn't told you it's not traditional, there's still more to come. In the burger family, then we had the patty melt. And this patty melt is
Freaking grand slam, home run, out of the park. Watch it scorch the cars in the parking lot. Yeah.
And I'm lying. Stephanie had the chicken tenders. I had the patty melt.
The patty melt, yeah.
So this is the burger topped with the cheesesteak
Yeah.
steak,
Yeah.
fried onions,
Uh-huh.
mayo on the butter bread from Martin's Rolls.
Butter bread translated Texas toast to the rest of us.
Yeah, well, it's not Texas toast. That's a whole different thing. This is
But it's that kind of style.
Yeah,
Big,
that-
thick
that-
slabs
yes.
of bread that have been toasted. I have to say the patty melt was the surprise of the day for me. And probably, I was going to say, it's probably number one. Wait, no, there's one other thing that's number one. But the patty melt is right smack up against it, because that was one of the best sandwiches I've had in a long time. That was impressive.
So that brings us to the item that makes this not your rudimentary.
And it takes it to the top of the list. Here's the number one thing we had. And oh my God, those were so good.
So these are the ribs.
The ribs, the fall off the bone, make you want to smack your grandmama.
Yeah, not just your mama, your grandmama.
Yeah, and your mama.
Both of them.
And your sister. Well, you want to smack her anyway.
The three stooges.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yes. So is their sweet barbecue sauce slathered on these and grilled to where the meat really just falls off of the bone. And
so tender.
And you said that you would put these up against anybody in town.
And I stand by that. I really would.
And that's saying something, because there are plenty of places, hell, we're going to get another Little Richards, yay, that do this kind of thing. But this didn't taste like anything that came out of a fast food restaurant.
No, not at all. This tasted like it came out of a place that does a lot of barbecue, quite frankly.
Yeah.
These ribs were really good. And for the top end, I mean, you're looking at what? It was like $11.99 or $10.99.
$10.99
for the ribs.
It is the most expensive thing on the menu. And I think that's another thing that we need to touch on is Algernon said the idea was people can come in and have a meal that's a sandwich or whatever you want, plus fries, plus a drink, for right about $11.
Yeah,
tax and all. So why wouldn't you jump on that? I mean, that's good eats for cheap eats.
Yeah, and to think at $10.99, you're getting the ribs, you get a side, you get a drink. Oh man, yeah.
Do you need a side with that?
No, I'll have a side of the ribs with the ribs.
Yeah, can I get a side of ribs with that?
Personally, I would say a place like Bibbs or Camel City are doing some of the best ribs that we've got in town. I would put Zestos up against them in a heartbeat. And who knows? That'd be an interesting one to see who would win that competition, because they really were that good. And what fast food place do you think of going for ribs? You just don't.
None.
None.
McRib. He Mc vomited in his mouth.
Why'd you do that?
He Mc threw up.
Oh. I actually worked for McDonald's when the original McRibs were first introduced. Yeah, it's pressed meat. It
is pork, but it's pressed to look like that. It does not have the ribs in there.
And you go to Zestos and you get what you can easily identify as meaty ribs slathered in barbecue sauce. Yeah, you're going to get your fingers dirty. You're going to get it on your face, and you're going to be happy about it.
Oh, yeah. You are like me. We have beards. We can just save it for later.
We can go back a little later and go, let me get some of that. Yeah, that was that barbecue sauce. That was good.
Yeah, it was. Well, Zesto Burgers and Ice Cream is located at 2600 New Walkertown Road in Winston-Salem. That's basically the corner of, or the intersection of, 14th Street and New Walkertown Road.
It's easy to get to.
If you're on Northwest Boulevard and going east, it turns into 14th Street, and then you run 14th all the way to you can't go any further. The parking lot of Zesto is 14th Street.
It's right in front of you.
Yeah. You can't miss it.
It's real easy to get to, and absolutely worth the trip.
Yes.
You mentioned the desserts, and we hadn't even gone into that.
Right.
By the time we finished tasting everything from the meal side of the menu, I don't know that any of us had room for the desserts.
Well, Tim Clodfelter, who was with us, he had a malted, a strawberry malted, and I had a chocolate and vanilla malted.
Oh, yeah, chocolate.
And then Janae Adams, who was with us, she had one of the concrete. I don't know what she put on the concrete. Concrete is basically the same thing as a milkshake, but
with stuff added.
yeah, like think of the Blizzard at
Yeah.
Dairy Queen, which, I use hashtag better than Dairy Queen whenever I talk about Zesto. I grew up with Dairy Queen. I love Dairy Queen, but
Yeah.
this to me is better.
It is
It's
better.
more genuine, more local, more community minded.
Algernon posted a video. It was time-lapse so that it went very quickly to watch all of the steps that one milkshake goes through to being made. It's amazing. This isn't just me, here's your milkshake. It's, all right, we're going to mix all of these things. We're going to put stuff in it. And then here you go. It's a crafted milkshake.
Yep. And I know this was both of us, and this was a good review, but I'm going to say it anyway. These are only our opinions based on our experiences as
But
with
we're
any
right.
review that we post. I hope that you will visit the establishment and formulate your own opinions and views of the restaurant. No review is ever meant to be the means to denigrate or belittle the good work most of the restaurants are trying to do. This is an opinion of what, in this case, we did or did not like, or how we saw things, and not a reflection of the overall quality or vision of the company. Pardon the pun, take all this with a grain of salt. But we think
right.
you are right if you take our advice on this one.
Yeah, you will not be disappointed by going to Zesto's.
I want to give a quick announcement that I have accepted. We have a street team.
Oh, yes.
So
yes.
we can't be everywhere.
We could try, but it's hard.
Yeah, we can't go everywhere. We don't eat at a lot of places outside. Or I don't, outside of Winston a lot.
Right.
But we have listeners who do.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them write reviews for us and send them to me, and sometimes I read them. But I've decided that, with their permission, of course, and some editing, because that's what I do.
Yeah, it is what you do.
I turn them into articles, but I give full credit to whoever sent the review in. So this past week, our friend Stephen McDowell, who you and I will actually have lunch with tomorrow,
Looking forward to that.
he wrote an article. He wrote one for two places, and I only used one of them so far. I'm going to use the other. But I like the idea of having guest writers.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever want to write something, I know that, sticky with you and me both, or any of our listeners want to send it to me for submission. I can't guarantee that everything will go in there, but
Diversity of opinion is always a good thing.
absolutely. This is meant to be a listener and reader generated medium.
Right.
So
It's
you guys,
interactive.
you guys have things to say them to us, and I will share what you say. So that's what we do.
And we actually give you credit.
That's true. I can't pay you, but I can give you credit. You can
And you know what?
always say,
We could give them a title.
that's true. Street team.
There you go.
That's what I call them. So, I don't have the pertinent information for this. There is a fundraiser for the Fuzzy Friends Pet Food Pantry at St. Anne's Episcopal Church coming up. They are in need of hot dogs and hot dog buns. I apologize to the person who wrote me about these. I cannot find through my instant messengers or anything where the information came, and he said there was something wrong with that anyway. Actually, I know where it is now, but getting there is going to take forever. So,
But we can tell you that you could call the church.
yes,
And it's at 336-768-0174. That number again, 336-768-0174. And they're over off of Fairlawn.
yes, that's Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldo and Fairlawn.
Okay,
Very close to that.
okay, so here we go.
It's behind the Ronaldo Manor Shopping Center.
Okay, where the library is.
Yes.
Okay.
Go down past the Indian restaurant and follow that back there, and you'll find St. Anne's.
So it did come up. It is June 8th, but the times I think are wrong. But June 8th, so you have a month to really get this going.
They're trying to get ready now. That makes sense. Let's make sure they have room to freeze the hot dogs that might come in today.
Yeah. They're looking to partner with some other organizations and people. They would like to do some sort of partnership with us, but we'll see how that goes. I think that we're going to go with advertising is what we will do. But they are looking, again, for hot dogs and hot dog accoutrements, like condiments and buns and stuff like that.
So if somebody wants to go by one of the big box warehouse stores and buy gallons of ketchup and mustard for them, that would be cool.
That would be. All right, it's time for our Getting in Your Business section with Joel Evans, who is managing partner of Cowboy, not Cowboys,
Correct.
Cowboy Brazilian Steakhouse here in Winston-Salem. Welcome to the show.
All right, thank you so much for having me.
Glad to have you here.
I remember I got to eat there with Carol Leggett right before you opened on the one of the Friends and Family night.
Yeah, it's been a couple years.
And then I was there. I brought my wife twice, I think, and it's really, really awesome food. It's just we are on a very strict budget.
Well, we do offer an early bird special during the week, too. If you ever just need a break, Monday through Friday, if you're seated by 6 o'clock, we'll have a reduced price. It's $29.95 instead of the normal $37. You ever need to catch a little break. You'll just want to mention it to your server when you're seated.
Okay. That's good to know.
Okay.
Very good to know.
So what sets Cowboy apart from other steakhouses in the area if people don't know?
Well, with our concept, I mean, it's an all-inclusive kind of thing. It's all you can eat. You definitely want to come prepared to eat. It's it comes with an all-you-can-eat salad bar with all kinds of different hot and cold sides. But really, the main attraction is the meat service. We have guys dressed like South American cowboys called gauchos, and they come around with all kinds of different steak, lamb, chicken, pork, all cooked to your preference, as far as the temperature and all that goes. And you'll get a little token with a red side and a green side. So whenever you're ready, after you've gone to the salad bar, enjoyed your company a little bit, or at any point in time, really, you would flip your token from from red onto green, and the gauchos will stop by with all kinds of great things. There'll be a parade of meats, as well as a cinnamon crusted pineapple, which is an excellent palate cleanser.
Yeah.
So definitely have to be on the lookout for that.
Yeah. Love the pineapple. That's one of my favorite things on the menu.
Oh, yeah.
Actually.
That's a great thing to kind of end the night with, and also just throughout the night, just kind of get you ready for the next round of meats and all to kind of cleanse your palate.
Whitney and I came earlier this month for our anniversary and just had an amazing experience, as always.
All right, happy to have you, Whitney.
We knew it was going to be fun, but we did take your advice that you gave me, I don't know, it was almost 2 years ago now. Have a late breakfast, don't eat lunch, come hungry.
Exactly, and don't fill up on the salad bar. That's the first mistake everybody makes. We have some great things there. Definitely want to try, a lot of things. Some of the best chicken salad you'll ever.
Closer to the microphone.
Some of the best chicken salad you'll ever put in your mouth. But just definitely want to save room for the meats.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I think it's interesting, like the first time I went, we made a point of having as many different meats you had as possible. This time, we kind of honed that down to 3 or 4 of them that we really wanted to come back to.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really, if it's your first time coming, especially as a couple, I think that it's helpful to kind of share one portion of each kind of meat. It kind of leaves you, with a lot more room to kind of say, hey, bring on the lamb chops, or, I really love the Parmesan pork loin. Let's see more of that, and so forth. So you're not so weighed down at the end, trying everything out. Because you definitely want to try everything at least once.
And watching the big guys come in and pile those plates up high, and then 20 minutes later they're going, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, that's another thing. You definitely want to take breaks. You want to flip your token on red just from time to time, just to keep the meats from getting cold and things like that.
Well, you're not like regular restaurants where in America, the idea is flipping. Flip the customers, get them in, get them out.
Turn that
out.
table as many times as possible.
But in Europe, and I guess in South America too, that it's an experience, and you come and experience.
Right. It's not the kind of thing that people do every day. You know? So people kind of prepare, they celebrate. We could do lots of birthdays, anniversaries, just celebrations of all kind. But you definitely want to plan on being there for a little while. You want to, enjoy your company. You want to kind of sample things. And plan on being there for probably a couple hours. Hour and a half, 2 hours.
I was going to say, when we finished this time, we looked up and realized we'd been eating for an hour and a half. And just to
yeah.
be able to say, wow, we've been eating for an hour and a half was a remarkable experience in and of itself. But it
I
was,
call that breakfast.
it was so nice to
Appetizer.
just be able to pace ourselves and take our time. Nobody rushed us at any point. It was, please take your time. If y'all want to stop, that's fine. You want food, that's fine. The service is amazing.
Oh yeah, and everything's readily available at all times. So if you're ready to throw down, we are ready for you. So.
Do you offer wheelbarrow service?
Oh, I'm sure we can arrange something. I'm sure we got some big guys in the back that can help carry you to the car. And so
Well, they
forth.
actually
we got to
help
invest
me
in some
get in the
Brazilian
car,
cuts.
too.
And,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we'll work something out.
Maybe just a wheelchair to the door. Have somebody else bring the car around.
It was like in
yeah.
the hospital, even if you're able to walk, they insist on pushing the wheelchair to the at least the pickup area. Yeah, let's talk about that. Put them in a
Yeah, you'll
wheelchair.
you'll sleep like a rock whenever you get home. I promise.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you were getting the water, you would sink like one.
Yes, you would. Do not swim after doing Cowboy.
No. Do not try to swim after a good meal at Cowboy. Mm-hmm. You're not going to want to anyway. Mm-hmm. You just want to continue to mellow out for the rest of the evening.
Absolutely.
So this concept, or this particular location, was originally supposed to be in the Pepper Building, right?
It was. Originally, we were looking into some other options, but then this kind of came along and, we kind of jumped on it.
What was it right before you guys moved in?
Well, it was the Twin City Chop House for about 10 years before we got there.
Right,
It was
and then
briefly Phoenix Grill
Phoenix
afterwards.
Grill. That's the one I was
for a little
looking
less
at.
than a
And
year.
Phoenix did nothing to change it. It was Chop House. Phoenix come in and said, "All right, let's just open." I mean, still had the same cobwebs on the brass fake flowers.
Oh god, we had to get rid of all that cherry wood and all that
Yeah.
ugly green carpet and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff.
I will say y'all did a great job of refreshing that space and making it bright and accessible. We really just loved the whole ambiance of the space.
Oh, thank you. A lot of that was Freddie Lee. That
Was
was
that
all
Freddie?
his vision. Oh yeah.
And you're full ABC too, right?
Absolutely. Full wine, beer, liquor. We shake up a heck of a caipirinha. So, oh yeah. And we do different drink specials during the week, Monday through Thursday. So definitely want to come by after you knock off work. You need to take the edge off.
Yeah.
Don't have to come in and just have a full-blown
That's
meal.
right.
Just
You
come
can
in
come
and
sit
enjoy a
at the
drink.
bar. Absolutely. You can come in and have some great cocktails. We do a little appetizer platter with some Brazilian cheese bread and fried bananas and things like that. So yeah, we welcome everybody.
The fried bananas are really good.
Yes, absolutely. And we do fried polenta. Polenta's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Are you able to sit at the bar and eat at the bar?
Well, you can do the salad bar at the bar, but because it's a higher elevation, we can't really do it with the meats, you
Sure.
know, because they got the big knives
Sure.
and everything.
Yeah.
So, but we definitely have bar booths and tables and like that in the vicinity for people that want to do the full-on experience.
Okay.
They can still watch the game.
What are you? I know the answer to this. A, because we talked about it in the pregame, and B, it's just the way it is. What is your biggest problem right now?
Oh, it's the infrastructure situation. We are so ready for these different roads to open back up. You know, we're really anxious for that to happen.
Yeah. Main Street Bridge being closed is a large inconvenience for many businesses, not just yours, but yours included.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cannot
Liberty and Maine need to hurry up and open.
Well, I understand
Absolutely.
Maine's coming soon.
Yeah, but not soon enough.
Right. Well, I mean, you literally are right on the edge of the construction.
Every corner of us, yes. The only way to get to us right now is to come all the way down Church Street
Yeah.
and come in through the back, essentially.
But
But
that's
if you
also
take
where the
Church
parking
Street all the
deck
way
is.
through, exactly, that's where our parking deck is, where we have parking available for the guests. We actually have that on the right entrance of the Fairfield Marriott. But you would come all the way down Church Street, and our restaurant is actually the last right you can take before you get to the Fairfield Marriott. But currently, that's really the only way to us.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're seeing a little bit of a difference in attendance because of that.
A little bit. It definitely doesn't help. You know, I feel like, the locals are kind of figuring out their ways around town, but we get a lot of people that, are out of towners or people that don't necessarily live in Winston that are kind of lost, With the one-way streets to begin with, it's already a challenge, much less all this.
Right.
Well, I've eaten, I can't remember the name of the restaurant in Charlotte, but the first time I ever ate at a Brazilian steakhouse. It was like $100 and some bucks a person. And then they charged extra for the salad bar. And then their drinks were premium drinks, price-wise anyway. And when this was going to open, it kind of scared me. Because I'm like, Lord, who can afford that here in Winston? And it was a pleasant surprise that it's not $100 a person.
Nowhere near that.
No. For the full experience, it's only $37, and that's with the salad bar with the full meat service and everything. But yeah, we don't charge $50, $60, $70, $100 like a lot of our competitors do.
Yeah.
But you're still getting all you can eat bacon wrap filet, lamb chops, the works. Absolutely.
I mean, I would easily compare the value of the meal that you're getting to any other restaurant in town. I mean, hands down, if you're looking for just a great meal, this should be on your option list.
I appreciate that. We like to think so.
Yeah. I mean, I've experienced a lot of the nice restaurants here in town. And yeah, overall, I'm going to spend probably $100, $130 to come in for a meal, depending on how many drinks we decided to have. But I'm going to spend that at many of the other really nice restaurants here in town. And y'all are on a par on every level.
Oh, we appreciate that. We try to offer exceptional service in addition to being a great value as far as the menu goes. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I've been a fan since I first found out about it and had my first experience there. It's really...
Oh, it's mind-blowing the first time. Just having the sizzle, the meat coming down the skewer and smelling it go by you and everything. It's definitely a different experience than sitting in a traditional American steakhouse.
Very much so. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that in other restaurants you get as frequent an interaction with your server.
Oh, exactly. There's always somebody there, too. Aside from the server, there's always a server, gaucho, host, manager, somebody stopping by virtually all the time.
Yeah, and such great personalities for the folks who are there. It's like, that's part of the whole experience. You've just got to go and experience it for yourself. That's the way you'll really know for sure that you're going to need to go back again and again.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Ray.
Now, I understand you came here from...
Well, I moved around a little bit, with the company. I actually got my start with the company back in 2012 in our Columbia location. But I went on in 2015 to open up and be the general manager at our Hilton Head location. And then eventually, as time went by, things kind of took speed in Winston-Salem, and here I am. So I moved around a little bit, but I'm happy to be in Winston-Salem. I love being in a little bit less of a touristy kind of place, you know, more normal town. Yeah, it's kind of refreshing.
Not entirely normal, just more normal.
Other than Savannah and Charleston and things like that. So it's a nice, refreshing change of pace.
So this is 3 locations for Cowboy?
No, we're actually up to 5 currently.
5?
Yeah, we've got 3 locations in South Carolina. We have our Columbia location, Charleston, and Hilton Head. We're actually the first location here in North Carolina, here in Winston-Salem. But this past year, we opened up our Kentucky location. So that brings us up to number 5.
Congratulations for the expansion.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited for the growth.
Well, I'm glad you didn't move to that one.
Me too. I'm actually happy here. I actually want to, look into buying property here and, planting roots in Winston-Salem.
Good.
That's what the plan is.
Yeah, it's a good place.
It is.
I enjoy it here. Yeah, there's some messed up things that happen, but usually they work themselves out eventually. You just gotta stick with it for a while.
The people, I gotta admit, the people are really nice here as a whole.
Yeah. I've
very
been
personable.
here for 30 years. I fell in love with the area. It's a great place.
Mm-hmm.
Great place. Like you said, good people. Plenty of stuff going on. Yeah, there may be some messed up stuff here, but what city doesn't have some stuff that they're not proud of?
Mm-hmm.
But we've got a lot going on, especially in our downtown area, and you were part of that. To take what could have been just another blighted restaurant and turn it into something vibrant.
Oh, I appreciate that, Ray. We're excited to be here. There's a lot that Winston-Salem has to offer.
I understand y'all do a lot of special events with groups as well, don't you?
Yeah, we do large parties, absolutely. We definitely do a lot of bridal parties and things of that. We actually have had a few people get married at the restaurant already. But absolutely, we can do up to a party of about 70 pretty comfortably, in our private dining rooms. We have a private dining room that seats about 70 as the maximum, and then another one that seats about 22 to 24 at the max. But it can actually be combined into one large dining experience.
That holds a lot of people then.
It could. I mean, you'd be separated by a door, but you could potentially hold up to about 95 people, 94.
You done stuff with Pride?
We have. We've done drag brunches in the past with
That's
Pride.
right. That's right.
Oh, yes. We had a great time.
We are pretty close with Candy. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just think the world of her.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We did a Disney brunch at one point last year. That was a lot of fun, too. We had a lot of kids, come and see the queens and everything. It was a nice family experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm.
That's what I was trying to get up under when I was asking about special events.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for taking it the next step.
You're
thank
welcome. You're welcome. What's your favorite item on the menu? And I know that's a rudimentary, cliche question, but you have so much to choose from. If it was just a place that had like 5 or 6 things, maybe that would be a rudimentary question. But I mean, you have this is quoting my three amigos here. Would you say you have a plethora of choices?
Honestly, there's a lot of really great things, but I have to tell you, my personal favorite thing in the entire restaurant is not a likely thing. It's the Parmesan pork loin. I mean, it's done in a really nice white wine sauce, finished with some Parmesan cheese and everything, and it's just gooey and delicious, and I've never gotten tired of it, and I eat it every day. Aside from that, honestly, with the meats, you can never get tired of the house special. It's called picanha. It's a really buttery, delicious, juicy cut of steak, and that's definitely up there. But I would also have to say the chicken salad. Some of the best chicken salad you will ever have in your life.
Yeah,
that comes off the salad bar. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's on the salad bar, right?
Yeah, that is. But as far as the meats go, my favorite is by far the Parmesan pork loin, and then the picanha would definitely be a second.
What's your favorite, Ray?
Man, those bacon wrap fillets were hard to resist. They were just so good. I was really surprised by how good the lamb was.
Yes.
That was real, with just a little touch of mint to that. It was like, ooh, yes. Now, Whitney was making fun of me because when we were there a couple of weeks ago, I kept making casserole bites. I was doing a little bit of the mashed potatoes, which, by the way, you can tell these did not come flaky. These were potatoes that had been actually cooked and mashed.
Oh, yeah, we do a combo of Idaho potatoes and yellow potatoes. With that
Yeah, oh, they're so good. And then the balsamic mushrooms, along with a slice of the filet. Oh, yeah, I was in heaven. I was thoroughly enjoying myself.
That's awesome. I'm glad.
Of course, my favorites, you got to include the dessert side of that as well.
Oh, we make some of the best creme brulee. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Make a really good house-made creme brulee and Brazilian flan.
Yeah.
No, we
Whitney
have
had
some
the
really
creme
great
brulee.
cheesecakes, too. The red velvet cheesecake's out of this world if you haven't tried it yet.
I haven't tried the red velvet one. The chocolate cake.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
That's the triple layer chocolate mousse cake.
Uh-huh. Yeah. 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 I'll take 3 of those, please.
On top of the other meats and stuff.
After eating for a couple hours. Well, you'd be
Yes.
surprised. You'd be surprised how many people can put away the desserts even after eating for a couple hours with us.
Yeah.
Well, it's a different thing.
It's a different mentality.
Yeah, well, that
going
and
on.
it's a different texture. It lays in your stomach different.
Yes.
It's the meat's clumped up and the cake just lays there. It's a good topper.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it is. I have to say, that particular cake was my favorite. But now, Whitney had the creme brulee and loved it.
Oh, it's
Absolutely
light and
love
it's
it.
got a textural kind of thing. For me, it's my favorite thing after Rhodesia. It's not quite as heavy on your stomach.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. But like you said, to start with, you could just wrap it up with the pineapple.
That's true. A lot of people do. It's a great way to finish the meal. Cleanse your palate.
Yeah, I've tried making that at home after having seen it there. Haven't quite got it down, but yeah, it's really good.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's definitely one of the top things.
Couple things. What is the physical address, and where can they find you online?
Oh, well, you can find us a few places online. Our address is 115 South Main Street, and that's in Winston-Salem, here, 27101. You can always call or go online to book reservations with us. Let's see. I'm sorry, what was the other question?
Where to find you online?
Oh, where to find us online? I apologize. You can find us at cowboybraziliansteakhouse.com. It's broken down into different locations, but you can also find us on Facebook. You can find us under Cowboy Winston-Salem.
That's where you get to see all the cool pictures.
That's right. That's where you can come check us out. And you can actually book reservations through there as well.
Do you recommend that folks get a reservation?
Absolutely. Well, especially if it's going to be on the weekends or later in the evening and things like that, we definitely recommend it. It's not a requirement, but it definitely helps to avoid any kind of wait times.
Well, especially if people are thinking ahead to Mother's Day or Father's Day.
Oh, I would get those reservations in like now.
Yeah. People are already booking that.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, those
Mother's
are some
Day
of
is
the
only,
busiest
2 weeks away?
weekends of the year for us.
Yeah. I was going to say, you should see his head shaking as he's going, yes,
Oh,
we're getting
yes.
reservations.
reservations, please.
Yeah. Mother's Day's 2 weeks away.
Yes. It's
Father's Day is 6 weeks away.
Yes.
So book now.
Yes,
And
let's
if you
take care of
wanna-
Dad.
You want to impress Mom and Dad, here you go.
Absolutely.
All right, last question I have. Ray might have more, but last one I have. What is the one thing that you would want people to know specifically about Cowboy Brazilian Steakhouse?
Well, just that I think that we offer a really great experience. We offer something that you're not going to get anywhere else in Winston-Salem, anywhere else in the Triad, frankly. We offer, a variety of great things for you to try in a great environment with great service, great cocktails. I really couldn't ask for anything more, frankly, for the guests.
All right. Do you have any questions?
I don't have any other, deep questions to ask. I will say, do y'all have a preferred attire for folks when they come in?
Oh, we're pretty casual here. Some of our more coastal locations, we, try to avoid, bathing suits and things like that. But it's not so much of an issue here. But T-shirts are always fine. Jeans are always fine. We try to avoid tank tops if possible,
Nobody wants to eat looking at somebody else's underarm.
Yeah, that's where we try to draw the line there.
Yeah.
But.
Well, I will say the night that we went, it was rather amusing because there's kids here in their tux and prom gowns, and then a bunch of guys over here in their shorts and T-shirts. I mean, you had a wide swath of fashion going on
Oh,
there.
yeah, there are a group of guys knocking off from work, still in their uniforms and stuff, and everything.
But everybody was being treated the same and having a great time.
Mm-hmm.
My official uniform is this T-shirt with my logo on it.
I was going to
And
ask where I
shorts.
can get your uniform from. I dig the shirt.
I can probably work that out.
Yeah.
He knows the man who ate the town.
Oh, you got an N.
Yeah,
He's got-
I do.
He does have that in.
Yeah, I've seen this guy before. So- and you have too?
I think I have. I think I might have gotten his autograph.
Well, Joel, thank you so very much for stopping by, and thank you so very much for having such a wonderful, delicious place for upscale yet casual place for people in this town to dine. And for those people who say there's nothing here to eat, I say they're full of shit.
I agree. They are full of shit.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely.
We're really excited to be here in Winston and at the Man Who Ate the Town. So.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you again to Joel Evans from Cowboy Brazilian Steakhouse for
Get that right.
stopping by and talking with us. And I'm hungry now
Yes.
from talking about all that.
Joel's one of my favorite people. I'm really impressed with him and what they've been doing over at Cowboy. It's just such a great place.
So let's talk about food holidays and
Oh, yeah,
history.
the stupid stuff.
Stupid stuff. 4/29, which is today, it's National Shrimp Scampi Day.
Okay.
I like shrimp scampi,
I
but
do
does
too.
it need a day?
No. Now, shrimp, National Shrimp Day.
Yes.
Let's just celebrate shrimp.
Yeah,
'cause
garlic
it's such,
and butter on top of it is like a given. So why
Well,
do we even
yeah.
have to?
But there's so many things that you can do with shrimp.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to just be
There's
scampi.
coconut shrimp, and barbecue shrimp, shrimp sandwiches,
just-
shrimp burgers.
Just peel and eat, and give me some cocktail sauce, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, you came to one of our Thanksgiving things. You need to come to a Christmas one.
Oh.
That's when the beer steamed shrimp and homemade cocktail sauce comes out.
Nice.
Yeah.
We used to live in Florida, and my grandfather had a little boat, just a little bass boat, but he and my mom would go out on the intercoastal and come back with 20, 30 pounds of shrimp. We had this massive pot. And
Cauldron.
Yeah. I mean, it sat across two eyes on the stove. And it was, we'd take a case of beer and pour that in there and then dump all the shrimp and the spices in and then just dump that on the table. And everybody was given a towel. Forget paper towels. You were given a towel and a big bowl to throw all the shrimp shells in, and we just ate until we couldn't eat anymore.
Until you vomited, yeah.
Yeah, and shrimp is one of my favorites. So,
Mine too.
yeah. The shrimp scampi day, that's nice, but just shrimp. I'm good with just shrimp.
Yeah. 4:30 is Oatmeal Cookie Day, and it's also National Raisin Day. So I wonder if those had anything to do with an oatmeal raisin cookie.
It seems like maybe they were trying to be collaborative and got almost up to it and then stopped. We have Oatmeal Day, we have Raisin Day. I mean, if we put them together,
We can have a cookie, but we're not celebrating together.
it's the chocolate day and the peanut butter day, and we'll put them on the same, but no, we won't let them touch.
You got chocolate on my peanut butter.
You got peanut butter on my chocolate.
So 4:30 in 1904, the Louisiana Purchase Exposition opened in St. Louis. It was at the fair that ice cream cone was supposed to have been invented. The hot dog and iced tea were also popularized at this fair.
Really?
Yes.
I would have thought that would have gone back further than the 1900.
Nope.
Wow. Okay.
On the 30th in 1952, do you know what this is not necessarily saying this is when this happened, but the first toy to ever be advertised on network television, do you know what it was?
Ooh. Barbie doll.
No, but they were both in Toy Story together.
Okay.
Mr. Potato Head.
Really?
Yes.
Mr. Potato Head was the first advertised toy.
Yeah. But it was introduced to the world on the 30th in 1952.
I'll be. I did not know that.
Now,
I wasn't around for 52.
I wasn't either. All right, so this is going to be kind of backwards, but
That's typical for us.
yeah. So let's skip this one and we'll come back to it after we read the next one, okay?
Okay.
All right, so we jump to May 1st.
May 1st, May Day.
It's May Day, and
Day,
then
May Day.
it's not just a cry for help. It's actually an ancient spring festival. It's also Mother Goose Day and National Chocolate Parfait Day.
Chocolate parfait. Isn't that a DQ thing?
It could be.
Yeah.
But Sesto's better than DQ.
Well, yeah. But they do the parfait. They do a
Yeah,
thing called
the
the
Peanut Buster Parfait.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Peanut Buster parfait.
On the 1st in 1683, supposedly a patent for a system of extracting salt from seawater was granted in England.
Interesting.
On the 1st in 1841, John Bartleston and John Bidwell led the first wagon train to California, leaving from Independence, Missouri, with 69 adults and several children. They arrived in California on November 4th. No news on how many of them actually survived.
Right.
So from May 1st to November 4th is how long it took them to do that. And I guess they had to do a lot of circling the wagons thing.
Yeah.
In 1899, in Germany, Bayer introduced aspirin in powder form. All this is the first. In
Busy day.
1924, the first iodized table salt in the U.S. went on sale at a grocer's in Michigan.
Because we needed more iodine in our diet.
Yes, it helps prevent goiter, which is swelling of the thyroid gland. In 1927, Imperial Airways became the first British airline to serve hot meals. In 1931, on May 1st, the daddy of the Reynolds Building, the Empire State Building, opened. It was built on the site of the original Waldorf Astoria Hotel.
Right.
In 1941, General Mills introduced Cheery Oats, which the name was later changed in 1945 to Cheerios. In 1982, on May 1st, a record-setting 8,000-foot banana split was created in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania. 8,000 feet. That's what, about a mile and a half, right?
Wow.
Well, let's go back to 4:30 in 1988. 6 years later, in Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania, they created a new record-setting 4.55-mile-long banana split. 33,000 bananas, 2,500 gallons of ice cream, 600 pounds of chopped nuts, and 450 gallons of toppings. A banana split, 4.55 miles long.
Wow. That is pretty cool to think about.
Yes, and I would love it because I love a banana split.
Yeah, I'm just kind of picturing everybody standing in line over with a spoon, ready to devour all at one time.
Yes, once they got confirmation, I guess, from Guinness.
I mean, just think, by the time you've driven from one end to the other, the early part of it's already melting.
Yes. Yeah, and we're in Pennsylvania, so it could be cooler.
It's not going to be in the 80s, but it's not winter.
I bet they have to have a lot of ice.
They would have to.
Under the blocks or something.
Just coordinating something 4.5 miles long.
Yeah.
That much banana split. 33,000 bananas.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, there was a shortage on bananas across the state of Pennsylvania for the next week.
or a month. On the 1st in 2005, a 9-foot, 640-pound freshwater catfish was caught by fishermen in northern Thailand on the Mekong River. According to many, this is the largest freshwater fish ever caught.
9 feet. That's huge.
640 pounds.
That's 1.5 of me.
Yeah.
That's a lot of catfish.
On the 2nd, it's World Tuna Day.
Okay. I like tuna.
It's National Truffles Day. Now, I had to go look up to see which truffles they're talking about. It's not the fungus that people shave and make oil out of. This is the actual chocolate.
The confection.
The confection, yeah.
I like truffles.
I do too.
And there's some places that make good truffles here.
There's a new place called Little Bird Chocolates, and it's Joey that used to be at Twin City Hive.
Yeah. He does really good stuff.
Yes,
we need to get him in.
We do. He actually he trained through an online class, but he had to spend some time there. I think at the World Chocolatier thing in Minnesota.
Oh,
yeah. So he really learned what he was doing.
Yeah, I love the look of what he does, and it tastes so good.
Yep.
He's really become very skilled at that.
Yes, he has. On the 2nd of May in 1519, Leonardo da Vinci died.
Oh, that was a sad day.
It was. We still mourn him today. But, he made so many things. Mm-hmm. When just listing this, he said, Italian inventor, etc., 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 etc. Because, yeah. On the 3rd is School Lunch Hero Day. And what that means is a day aimed to showcase the ways in which school nutrition professionals make a difference for every child who comes through the cafeteria, not just the more affluent children, but everyone deserves to have a square meal.
Right.
So
a good meal.
Yeah.
But you don't generally see that at school.
No, you don't. But
you want some of the brown stuff? You need some green stuff? How about some of the bread stuff?
Who wants more sloppy joes?
Whoever wants some more slop. E. Joe.
The 3rd is also National Raspberry Popover Day. And what we don't use for the sloppy joes today becomes shepherd's pie tomorrow. It's National Chocolate Custard Day.
Ooh.
In 1944, most wartime meat rationing ended in the United States. I'm glad I didn't have to live through any of that.
Yeah, me too.
1947, on the 3rd, Sylvester tried to eat Tweety for the first time ever. So that was the debut of Sylvester and Tweety. Thuffer and Thuckatash. On the 4th of May, it's National Herb Day. It's Aha Brew Day, and what that means is American Home Brewers Association. The first Saturday in May is always that, so yay for them. It's National Orange Juice Day. It's National Candied Orange Peel Day. And here you go. It's International Respect for Chickens Day. Celebrating chickens and protest their suffering and abuse and cockfighting, agribusiness, experimental research, and so on. And of course, it's Star Wars Day, and you're wearing your Star Wars shirt.
I have my Star Wars shirt on. Yeah,
and I watched the latest so far last night for the first time.
Oh,
the Last Jedi.
It was good. Yeah.
It was, yes.
kind of derivative, but it was good.
Yes. And
National Respect for Chickens. You really said that.
I did.
And candied orange peel. You said that too. You just went right flying by that. I caught that. Okay.
Candied orange peel day.
No, thank you. And we should repeal that day. Just no. You do not get a day. You are not day worthy.
Veto.
And respect for chicken?
I respect it right as it goes in my gullet.
I love chicken. But respect for chicken?
On the 4th in 1942, wartime food rationing began.
Yay.
So that was
a couple
2
years later it quit.
In 2012, Canada stops production of its penny, and the coins are totally withdrawn from circulation on February the 4th, 2013. I actually wish we'd get rid of the pennies ourselves.
Yeah.
There's no reason for them anymore.
Well, and the argument is that if you do, then all the prices will be rounded up to a nickel. Okay, round it up.
Yeah. Okay, I'm paying $4.99 for this burger or $5 for this burger.
Or just now it's $4.95.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
or you've gone wait, no, can't go to $5 because we want to keep the number. So $4.95. You know, we don't use the penny. It doesn't have enough
takes up
value
space.
anymore.
No, it costs more to make it than it is than what it's worth. It costs about 3 cents to make a penny.
Yeah. Well,
with the research.
When you used to be able to get a Snicker bar for 20 cents, okay, you could hoard enough pennies to go buy a Snicker bar. I remember.
Yeah. But you can't do that anymore.
You can spend $1 to get that same Snicker bar now. So, yeah. Or more, depending if you're getting king size.
This is true. The 5th of May, Cinco de Mayo, is National Hoagie Day.
It's my brother's birthday, too. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Happy birthday, brother.
Yay!
Lemonade Day. And the reason it's Lemonade Day is to empower today's youth to become tomorrow's entrepreneurs through helping them start, own, and operate their very own business, a lemonade stand.
I will say it's about the easiest business to start and stop.
Get your permits right, though, kids.
Oh, yeah, don't have the city come in and go, excuse me, you don't have a license for panhandling. We're going to have to confiscate that there, lemonade.
So, Cinco de Mayo, or the 5th of May, is a holiday that celebrates not Mexican independence. It celebrates the date of the Mexican Army's 1862 victory over the French at the Battle of Puebla during the Franco-Mexican War. A relatively minor holiday in Mexico, the United States uses it as a reason just to get effed up.
Yeah. Let's go drinking!
It has evolved into a commemoration of Mexican culture and heritage. Lots of Corona, lots of Dos Equis, lots of burritos, lots of tacos. Particularly in margaritas dulce with tequila. Particularly in areas with large Mexican-American populations.
Like Winston-Salem.
On the 5th in 1809, Mary Keyes of South Killingly, Connecticut received a patent for a technique of weaving straw with silk and thread. She was the first woman to receive a U.S. patent. In 1903, James Beard, the culinary expert and culinary and cookbook author, was born. He lived to 85, so he was 82? That's long. His quote was, "The kitchen, reasonably enough, was the scene of my first gastronomic adventure. I was on all fours. I crawled into the vegetable bin, settled on a giant onion, and ate it, skin and all. It must have marked me for life, for I have never ceased to love the hearty flavor of raw onions."
Oh, with the skin.
With the skin, yeah.
No, cook it. Cook it. I'm fine with it cooking. I don't want it raw.
May 5th, in 1978, Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield opened Ben & Jerry's homemade ice cream and crepes in a former Burlington, Vermont gas station. The business would grow to compete with Haagen-Dazs and other pothead favorites.
Now, I will say, one thing that I liked about Ben & Jerry's is they had a corporate policy that the CEO was not allowed to make more than 7 times the least paid person in the company. So typically that's your janitor.
Yeah.
So if he wanted a raise, everybody in the company, all the way down to the janitor, had to get a raise. And it couldn't be more than 7 times whatever that person makes. So it kept the CEO's salary in proportion to everybody else. I thought, you know what? I like that. It's not overcompensating the CEO. I mean, how many CEOs have we seen that leave with millions and millions of dollars and they ran the company into the ground?
Yeah, they tanked the company, yeah.
And here was one where they were more about creating something that was sustainable, something that was fair. I really appreciated that.
In 1989, on May 5th, the probably most famous tornado that's ever hit this area happened on that day. I think I've told the story before, but I will tell it again. Tim, who was my co-host before you and our friend from our thing, his wife and I, along with one of her friends, were in the Haynes Mall movie theater on May 5th, 1989, watching Pet Sematary.
Oh, wow.
When we didn't know anything was going on, when lights went off and the movie stopped, and this little kid in the front started yelling, "You better turn that movie back on, I'll go up there and kick your ass." Nobody knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck, kid.
Yeah, whatever. But they come in and they told us we had to leave, and that there was a weather event, and we got
a
rain check.
major
Yeah.
weather event.
Yeah, they didn't say major. They said we think there was a storm or something. And then we came out, and
It was a major.
the person, the friend of Amy's mom had picked them up and take them home, and I went home, and my drive home was a lot of redirection because of trees, and through Ardmore, through the British Woods area, through all that. It took me what normally takes me about 7 minutes to get from the mall to my house at that time anyway. This was before 40. Took me about 35 minutes.
Yeah. We were out at what is now Putters over there across from the Coliseum.
Sure.
I'm trying to remember what the name of it was then. Anyway, we were meeting friends there for dinner, and one of them called and said, "Man, I'm not coming. I just had a tree blow down across my front yard." He lived over off First Street. And we're watching out the windows and watching the rain going sideways.
That's sideway rain.
And we're like, man, this is a bad storm. So we lived down on South Stratford, down across from Piedmont Concrete and Budd Industries. So normally to go from the Coliseum to that part of Stratford, maybe 15 minutes. 2.5 hours it took us to get home. The trees were down. Like you said, we had to redirect. Trees were down everywhere. We couldn't get back to our own apartment. We had to park a couple blocks away and walk because there were so many trees down across. Stratford Road was still just 2 lanes down through there, and we had 150-year-old oak trees laying across the road. What a night.
F5 category. 5.
And wiped out most of power to most of Winston-Salem. That was a crazy couple of nights. And I remember standing in the parking lot at the apartments. There were no lights on. I could not see my hand in front of my face. It was amazing what was going on. And then people started coming out and like, what's going on?
Well, this beer's going to get hot if we don't drink it now.
Well, then let's drink it. Yeah, when we made friends that night for people that lived right there with us that we'd never talked to before.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a crazy night.
Well, that's all the food, holidays, and histories for this week. Special thanks to James Eagler for making us chuckle and rolling our eyes.
Respect for chicken.
Respect for chicken.
Jeez. The inhumanity.
Put some respect in your mouth. If you're going to talk about that chicken, put some respect on it.
If we're going to talk about the chicken, you go over to Zestos and you get the chicken, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, of course. I respect that chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I respect the hell out of that chicken. All right, the Man Who Ate the Town podcast is part of the Less Desirables podcast network. Along with this podcast, you can listen to Less Desirables, the Beer Dad's Fan Interference Compartment 5B. You should find all these podcasts and their latest episodes on our network directory and website, tldpodnetwork.com. You'll also find social media links for each one there as well. We'd love it love it if you visited our sponsors like
Please.
Delicio's Italian Restaurant, 301 Brookstown Avenue. Delicio's is the go-to Italian in town. I say it's my favorite Italian from my favorite Italian. They are fully ABC compliant and are rocking the bevies, I hear. They're open from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. Check them out on Instagram and Facebook.
And more importantly, check them out in person.
Yes.
Go.
Go have the best Italian that you're going to have in this town.
And then write us a review and we'll talk about it.
Yes, we will. Good plug there.
Yeah.
Push the street team, Ray.
Pushing it.
Washington
Push
Perk and
it
Provision
real
Company. The Perk is located at 301 West 4th Street. You will find a little bit of everything at the Perk. Wolfie's Custard, Larry's Bean Coffee, fruit and vegetables that are fresh, egg, milk, and cheese, condiments, toiletries, and more. Heck, get a delicious and inexpensive sandwich made at the deli counter. Washington Perk is better than a convenience store, not quite a grocery store. They are, again, at 301 West 4th Street. You can find them on Facebook as Washington Perk or at Washington Perk _DTWS on Instagram.
It's one of the places that makes downtown cool.
Yes, it is. It's kind of a hippie place, and that's okay because, you know, Winston's kind of a hippie place.
Yeah.
The Humblebee Shop, speaking of hippies, is located at 1003 Brookstown Avenue in the West End downtown. You need to go to Instagram right now and look up the Humblebee Shop. Brittany's back from Italy, ready to make your baked good dreams come true. Be it regular, vegan, or gluten-free, the Humblebee Shop wants to challenge your perception of scratch-made and leave you with an experience you couldn't possibly forget. For more information, follow them on Facebook, Instagram, or visit the Humblebee Shop.
SHOPPEE. No, not SHOPPE.co, not COM.
Or, as we say for the other ones, better yet, just go by there and see.
Yeah, you know, because with Humblebee, it's not just the food. You want to experience Brittany.
Yes, because that is an experience in itself.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
All right, keep an eye on the blog and this podcast to find out more about food news and happenings around town, whether it's me or someone else writing it. If you have any food news, send us an email. And if you're interested in being part of the street team, send an email, tim@themanowaitthetown.com, or on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter Instant Messengers. On Facebook, we are at The Man Who Ate the Town. On Twitter, we are Man Who Number 8 the Town. And on Instagram, we are Man Who Ate the Town. My name's Tim.
My name's Ray.
And we're closing the recipe box, finally. Until next time, we want to thank Joel for stopping by and talking steakhouse stuff, and not your average run-of-the-mill steakhouse either. Cowboy Brazilian Steakhouse. Until next time, thank you for reading. Thank you for listening. Bon appetit. And in addition to all that,
Yamas!
The views and opinions stated by me or any of my guests are solely those of ours and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of our hosting companies, distributors, enemies, friends, or relatives. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced or distributed without express written consent of the Man Who Ate the Town, that's me, and Such Limited Inc. However, if you ask nicely, we'll probably let you.